What is up, our beautiful faces?
Hey guys.
Thank you for those who went over to our movie channel, and we were able to get the In-Betweeners up actually yesterday. I thought I was going to be some more days out, but we appreciate those who went over and subscribed to our movie channel. That show is funny as heck. Like, the first episode is funny. It was crazy funny. It was funny. So if you haven't yet,
it's a bit much. Let's just say it was a topic in this house the whole day.
Yes, our link is down below to our movie channel if you want to follow us on that journey with the In-Betweeners. But today, we are headed into 7 things Brits do better. 7 things they do better. Don't they do it all better than the Americans?
They swear better.
They do swear better, though. They sound great. I love their accents when they cuss. It sounds amazing.
Literally have a whole sandwich, and the filling are French fries. I mean, does it get better than that? No, it does not.
Ew.
You know what? I love a French fry, but I don't know.
In a sandwich with bread.
What's in it? Is it just fries?
You know what I never had, but I always thought it was like the smartest thing. I just never did it. When they put chips inside their sandwich.
Oh, that's the greatest thing ever. That was a struggle.
Never did it.
That was a struggle.
But when you think about it, especially because they're flat and stuff, you think like, damn, that's actually a good...
That was a struggle meal coming up.
Welcome back to another Girl Gone London video. If you're new here, my name is Caitlin. I'm an American who's lived in the UK for almost 10 years, and today I'm finally admitting things that the Brits do better than the Americans. Okay, so in my last video, which I felt was pretty neutral and just pointing out the differences between the UK and the US, I got some comments of people saying, clearly you don't like the UK, you don't want to be here, and I get that a lot, and I think part of it comes down to people not understanding that I'm being lighthearted about how I'm reacting to things in the UK. So I'm just sharing my experiences as an American reacting to certain things. And so obviously that is going to come with some jokes. Sometimes I'm being serious. I do think a US road trip is more fun than a UK road trip. So if we disagree, we disagree. But for the most part, it's lighthearted. I don't think that either country is actually better than the other. I think it's a very gray area. And so
you know what? We deal with it too. You know, she got to touch on it. We got to touch on it. We deal with it right along with you, girl.
I feel like some people can't tell when you're being sarcastic or when you're joking.
They for sure can't figure me out. It's always me. That
was a vague statement. Like, I wasn't referring to like technically you. I was just saying like as a whole. I feel like some people just can't tell.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like it's always me on the channel. Like
I feel like my face speaks a lot.
I be so sarcastic and I always get taken serious. But it's like regular people get me.
I feel I'm a person like, and he will tell you, I'm a person that wears it on my face. I wear my emotions on my face. I wear my responses on my face. I can literally talk with my faces and he's always said that. And I'm like, I don't see it, but
me, I be sarcastic and they be taking me serious. For what? Y'all, I am the most sarcastic. She hates it because I'm so dang sarcastic. She can't figure out she can't either, so it does make sense.
Sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes like, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe y'all are right. Maybe.
I know!
Y'all might be right.
I wanted to create these videos where I'm just going to list some of the things that I really feel like they do better here in the UK than in the US, just so everybody knows that I do not hate the UK. However, I am also going to do a video of things that the US does better than the UK, so we can argue when we get to the video. Hey guys, briefly interjecting here because I forgot to mention today's question, and today's question is, what is your favorite part about the UK? What is your favorite part about living here? Maybe you're a Brit, maybe you are someone who is an expat
here. The greenery.
Maybe you're just a visitor and you really like the UK. Comment below and tell me your favorite part about living here. So the first thing, and I've done a whole video about this, is the NHS. The idea here that medical care is for all.
I like that. I do like that.
Ability to pay and is not a privilege.
I'll give her that one.
Right.
I don't even live there, and I agree.
Better than the state of affairs in the U.S., which works for people who do have the means to pay for healthcare, but does not work for a lot of people who fall in different areas. The idea here that you have a child and you walk out of the hospital without paying a bill is really astounding to a lot of Americans.
What?
And after moving here and living with the NHS and getting accustomed to that way of life,
I can see why they would have more kids though.
For in other areas and your taxes and things, but the idea that I don't have to worry about how much the ambulance is going to cost me is 100% something that the UK does much better than the US.
I'll give her that one. That was true. But like I said, I can see why they might have more kids out there. Like, it's just the better chances of just
a stress-free environment.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that makes it easier on the parents too. Where it's already hard enough, for those who are parents, and those who are new to the channel.
Nothing's cheap.
We have to. So, to me, it's already, I wouldn't say stressful, but it's
hard.
A process bringing a child in the world.
You gotta figure out everything, sleep schedule, milk. Like, if they don't take to breastfeeding, you gotta go and buy formula. If they react to this pamper, you gotta go buy these pampers. If they react to this, they have to, it's a learning.
And to know, I'm gonna be charged if I have to get taken by the ambulance. I'm gonna be charged once I get in the hospital. I got a bill when the baby is born. Mm-hmm. Raising a child already comes with a bill on its own. So
you walk out with a receipt.
So that's why I say like they're more relaxed. I guarantee like them preparing to have a kid in the UK is like way more relaxed than over here. But like, yeah, let's have another one. Let's just go for it. Over here you'd be like,
you sure about that?
Yeah, how much this bill about to hit?
You sure about that?
Exactly.
Okay, the next thing is the cost of food in the supermarket.
Yeah.
It's such a sensitive topic for me right now.
US as a Brit, you probably, if you stepped foot in a grocery store, would be shocked by the food prices. Here in the UK, food in the grocery store in particular is so much less expensive than in the US. Something that in the US would cost like $2 to $3 for like a loaf of bread or something would be like 50p to maybe a pound here. So when Americans are coming over and thinking about their budget for food in the UK, usually we spend a lot less than you would in the US. We spend about £200 per month on food for 2 people, and sometimes we do spend less than that. In the US, I really don't think that would get you a month's worth.
No.
We do like 200 every other week.
So in that way, I definitely think the UK is better than the
I
US.
like you said, 200 here is like a week and a half, if that. That you spending a good for a month, you're gonna spend a good 5, at least 5.
At least about 4.
Yeah.
350 if you're really budgeting and you're stretching it. It can make it. But you're gonna end up going back. You're gonna end up going back to the store.
It's ridiculous.
It
and
is.
Now it's inflated like
I mean,
crazy.
like I always tell him, like I'm grateful and thankful that we're able to, afford it. But it's just like when you think about it, like you go to the store for like necessities, and it's like what? And you look at the receipt, like what did we? But you gotta make sure that we didn't scan nothing. It's like,
and then right now it's bad.
God.
If you follow the American news right now, once again, we live in California. If you're not familiar, it's probably one of the highest places in the states. It's toe up. It's bad. I
feel like the fruit and vegetables.
It's
like,
ridiculous.
What?
And then at least y'all safe, And I wonder that's probably what they charging us for. At least with y'all got natural ingredients and natural stuff. They probably charging us for every crap they putting in the bread, and it don't make no sense for it to be that price. But at least y'all safe shopping. We gotta.
I think the thing
we gotta read our stuff to make sure we getting some good stuff.
The annoyance for me is just like when it's off brand compared to name brand.
Yeah.
I think it's like really it's the same thing, in a sense. But I feel like we have as being adults and going different places, I feel like we have those places where we know where to shop. Like a lot of people say like, oh, I get this at Costco, I get this at Sam's, or I get this at Walmart, I get this. Like, I feel like everybody has, like, their own little, like, road trip when it comes to groceries. I mean, unless you could do everything at once, great, but I feel like it's so many different stores that offer so many different great prices.
And then when we learn about our meat, too, I told her, like, when we buy our chicken breast, like, one thing in America you gotta be careful with that is, she didn't even know until I told her, like, she's like, oh, the chicken breast ball right here. And I was like, no. It's like they have chicken breast with red meat and other meats assorted, and it's in the form of a chicken breast. And if you don't read it, you'll get home, because they did give me one time. I got home and I was like, babe, what the heck? And I read it and it was like chicken breast with red meat and other sorts of meat. Like, what's other sorts of meat?
The ass.
And then people got to pay attention. Like, you don't. Like I said, it's right next to the chicken breast section. So you're like, oh,
you
yeah.
can oversee it.
If you don't read that little, it's over.
Yeah.
And we cooked it, and I was like, the texture.
It didn't taste funny.
Man,
or it didn't taste good.
No.
It tastes funny.
See, so, yeah. America, get it together.
Okay, the next thing on my list may seem a little bit trivial, but for somebody who loves French fries / chips,
I love some
know
French
they're
fries.
not the same thing, British people, I do understand, but as American, we would call anything that is a fried potato a French fry. We wouldn't differentiate between, we don't have another word, we would just call it like thick cut French fries maybe. Anyway, here in the UK, I feel like they pair French fries / chips with
I'm okay with that.
We wouldn't in the US, which I am a total.
Okay, so a little side note. I've always thought like it's technically a chip is a fry because a fry is a potato fried.
Pretty much.
A chip is a fried potato, like a thin layer or a thin slice and fried. So it's like when you think about it, like chips are potatoes. They are fries. I just like if I thought about it, I think
prep and oils.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is.
But I like fries. I like chips. I'm a big chip person. Like, oh, I just love chips. I'll have chips over fries. But in this case, I don't know. I like potatoes.
I can live with that.
Yeah, I can do that.
For instance, what they would call a chip buddy, translated into American, would be a French fry.
Oh, they were thick.
They've got thick cut French fries.
What pan? That's a nice
sandwich. And they eat it with ketchup or with salt, or someone told me they like vinegar.
That's crazy.
No.
Have a whole sandwich, and the filling are French fries.
No.
I mean, does it get better than that? No, it does not.
You should have left that out.
Another thing they tend to pair fries with here that I've noticed is they will have pizza and fries as one meal.
I can do that.
Well, pizza and wedges, right? Is that what the wedges, those fat wedges that are potatoes. So it's like
I ain't mad at them. You ain't telling me nothing new.
That's nothing new.
That sandwich though, that's crazy.
Never.
But I'm one of a listen. I'm gonna knock it till you try it because I hate people who are like, oh, you ain't never had it. Shut up.
But when I said let's try Vegemite, you said
that's been described as gross.
No, it has not.
At least I know what this is. I don't know what Vegemite is. See, I'm not. No. That was described in.
Somebody sent us the Vegemite so he can.
And I didn't judge it before it. Like I got.
There's people that love it.
I'm talking about those people that just be like, no.
There's people that love Vegemite.
That's them. They can love it all day.
So it's not bad.
They love black licorice too, and I said I didn't like it.
And you tried it.
Yes, but I've had black licorice before. I'm saying fries. I've had it. Vegemite, I'm not knocking it, but I don't need to try it because after people already described it, you already gave me what it's not pleasant. They already talked about it.
I don't think it's bad. We're going to try it.
At least with this, I know what fries and bread taste like.
It don't go good together, though.
You don't know. You might add some condiments and
I feel like the roof of my mouth is going to be stuck.
You would.
Chips, they would call it. That's not really a combo that we do in the U.S. We would maybe have, like, maybe you would have pizza and garlic bread, so we do get, like, the...
Why do we have so much bread?
No.
Dude, that's a lot of bread we eat.
It's just seen as like a weird combination, but it's the best combination because what could possibly be better than eating an entire meal of pizza and fries? So I feel like
we do pizza and salad.
I'm bored with this. I'm not saying people don't do it. I'm just saying it's definitely not a popular combination that people automatically go to. And I really feel like this is one of the best things the UK has done for the world. Okay, the next thing that is much better in the UK than in the US is public transportation, or what they would call public transport for short. You can get around almost the whole of the UK by trains, boats.
See, I like that.
I like that.
You don't have to have a car. Obviously, in more rural areas, it is definitely like much more convenient to have a car. Tons of people drive and not just rely on public
there's a car for you.
But the point remains that if you lived in a lot of places in the States and you didn't have a car, you would have almost no options. Here in the UK, you can live in a lot of places without a car, and I'm not just talking about London, I'm not just talking about cities. You could live in a more suburban area and have plenty of buses that are going to connect you to your town and to surrounding towns that are relatively, on time, on a good schedule.
Can you imagine how many steps they take a day? That's crazy.
Where I'm from in Florida, basically non-existent, and if it is existent, it's just not something that people take. It's not necessarily reliable. Here, public transportation is often used, is popular, is reliable, and obviously it's easier to link a smaller country than all of America. But it is what it is, and the UK wins for that one.
I don't know why America's that. I know we talked about this in a previous video. I don't know why America can't get on board with that with transportation. Like, I really...
Because they still want to sell cars.
It's so annoying.
They want to have cars.
And then the thing is, they think they fixed it by adding Uber and dude...
It's just more cars.
I'm telling y'all, how much it cost to, like... I rode an Uber once, like, and my cousin sent it for me because they was already out. And, dude, to drive me, like, 2 minutes up the road was like $15.
It was not 2 minutes. It was like 10 minutes.
But $15?
It's like $1 a minute.
That's horrible. Like, my truck don't even drink that much gas. And I was like, what? $15.80 to go up the street? That is crazy. And they think they solved the crisis by that. Or you got Uber and all these other lifts and stuff. It don't solve it. It's just more expensive to get you around. And then you got, like, options to go, you want a regular car, a luxury... It don't matter. Just get me to my destination. I don't care if you fill up in a Ford Pinto. Just get me there. But $15 is crazy. And then you gotta wait for them to get there. It's just a mess. It's a mess. Get this. Get with the trains. Get with the boats. Bring it here. Bring it here.
The next thing that's better in the UK than in the US is the type of roofs that they have on their homes. Only because in the US we are used to needing to replace our roof like every 10 to 15 years, I think it is.
Okay.
Particularly the area where I'm from in Florida, this is a common way to do.
No, Cali, we ain't used to changing our roofs.
In the UK, they don't you don't necessarily think about replacing your roof. No one's ever brought that up in like house buying process of this roof will need to be replaced or anything like that. So I'm not entirely sure the differences between the roofs. I know here they have like much thicker like blocks that they use on the roof, whereas in the US we kind of use like these flimsy roof tiles. It could also be
that is so
they're
bad.
not exposed to the same amount of extreme weather as in the US. I know in Florida we have to contend with like hurricanes and the heat and things like that. It's a bit more mild here.
Yeah, they got a lot going on. That's why they got your neighbors flat.
But overall, your roof is not going to be like a huge expense that you have to shell out for as soon as you buy your house, and you don't really have to factor that into your budget. So it's a very specific thing, but it is something that's better here in the UK. Okay, the next thing that's better in the UK is work-life balance. So in America, we definitely have a go-getter culture, which I do like in some ways, but when it comes to the work-life balance, it's not good whatsoever. We have, we don't have federal required vacation time or holiday time, as they would say.
Don't start again.
Here in the UK.
Don't start again.
Companies will have like an allocated number of sick days, and after you reach the end of your sick days, then you have to start using your vacation time, or you basically don't get paid. Here in the UK, most companies, like if you're sick, you're sick. Obviously, if it's an ongoing problem, they'll work with you, but you're not freaking out that you're going to use up all of your time. In fact, there is a rule, I believe, that if you're on holiday, if you're using holiday time, and you get sick or ill, as they say here, because getting sick in the UK is like throwing up, but Americans say getting sick to mean getting ill. If you get ill during vacation time or holiday time, I'm pretty sure you can like claim back part of those holiday days and use your sick day and just take it as a sick day instead. But in general, there's not this hustle culture of you need to, like dedicate your entire life to your job. I think people here recognize there is more to life than work, and I mean obviously
it is more than life.
What we prioritize and what we see as important in life and important qualities to have as a person. But definitely in the UK, you're not always worried that you're going to lose your job because of something stupid. It's pretty difficult to actually fire somebody here after they've worked here for a long time, and you just have a better work-life balance overall in many areas.
It means they might probably love their job.
I love work-life balance. I love it. And Americans waking up though, because if you on the American side of TikTok, you will see a lot of Americans getting on there talking now, because they working a lot of hours to give you 2 days. I don't even count 2 days, because I tell her Friday you work, right? So you off at whatever. The average American probably like a regular job. Let's just say 9 to 5. They off at 5, right? Get home at 5:30. You technically have Saturday, and don't have kids. Saturday, right, is an open day. And if you got church on Sunday, now you got church, which
that church shouldn't even matter because that's not.
But you're doing something. I'm talking like you're doing something. Oh. So necessarily, America is giving you like 1 day, and then you back to work. It's a doggy dog world. And me,
people are going to say, well, then you don't have to go to church. You could relax the whole day. And
rest. Take church, you got 2 days. A day and a half at max. And then you back to work. So I take church out. Day and a half. Me, I never had a 9 to 5. I always worked 12s or on call. That's even worse. Even worse. There's no sleep in America. They just want you just dog working. And they want you to function. It's crazy. No time for family. You getting off work. Then if your kids got extracurriculars, you run into that. Then you got to prepare dinner, get them ready for bed, school.
It's a lot. It's so crazy because on TikTok and social media, even like I think Instagram, it's a lot of moms talking about that, like how like when you get out, or even dads, but mostly moms because I feel like guys don't really have like social media like that. But like it's a lot of moms just making videos about like how like once they get off of work, like what they have to do or how they have like it's crazy. Like the schedules.
It's wild, and that's why we went the homeschool route. Like it's crazy. It's nuts.
And the last difference I came up with, again,
let us know.
Seem more trivial, but it has to do with the UK plug. So,
that one.
I did like this one. This is described.
If you're an American, this is what a UK plug looks
so
like.
Thick.
So it actually has.
Oh, it's like a washer's a dryer plug.
So if you can kind of see 1, 2, and 3. A US plug only has 2. Palladian things about the official term. So plugs here tend to stay in the wall a lot better than in the US, where it can be a problem for them falling out if they're pretty loose or getting out by something. A UK plug is like not falling out of whatever it's plugged into.
As big as it is, I would hope not.
It's a small thing, but something that I have noticed and I do think is better in the UK than in the US.
Another solid video from Girl Gone London.
I've definitely like went down the rabbit hole of the whole plug thing, and like I said, I think I liked how it's just much safer for kids. I remember that video where she did explain all that. But as far as everything that she says, I think we've already known half of these. The only one that I just can't get with is the fries. I can't do that one.
I can eat with a lot of stuff. That wasn't knocking me, but the sandwich got me.
The sandwich.
But it's just I love it, and much. Like I said, I like us getting educated on this because it as Americans it let us know, not the world isn't like where you're brought up. The world isn't. It's different. We always knew it was different across the world. But when you start getting examples and seeing how you guys live and how different it is in America, how UK care really about their people, and then we're sold this dream about caring about people, and it's the opposite. That's what bothers me the most when I do these reactions. It's just knowing that we have this American dream we're sold. You have this American culture, this American thing. And then now we've sat here, and we haven't even been on these reactions UK for a few months. And I felt like, wow, in a few months, what have we been taught in America? So it's just, I know, and you could go, I know there's people in the UK that say like, hey, there is bad over here. That's everywhere you go. You could take that in a neighborhood. We said you move to this neighborhood, there's still crime over here. It's just not as bad as over there. So I get it. If you go to UK, you go to this place, you go to this place. Yes, you're gonna have. We're just
in the aspect of what
you guys have some great positives.
We live. It's different, and obviously, in a perfect world, our world would have all that plus the good stuff in ours. But
yeah, I just feel like the dream we're sold should look like what the UK is living. That's honestly the best way I can say it. What we're sold, and when we have our presidential elections and we're going to promise you this, do this and that, and it's like you think the world is going to change in that, and then we sit here and react to these videos and like UK is already doing that. They like light years ahead of you. Like you behind, so that's what gets me. But another great video, another great reaction. Tonight is Halloween. I know you guys are different
times,
but we got to disclose that because we are going to be busy with our kiddos this weekend, so bear with us. Our content should be flying out the way. It normally does fly out, but just in case we get a little busy, a little tired.
And if you're dressing up, let us know what you're dressing up as. If you have kids, what is your kids dressing up as? Let us know all the good stuff. Are you guys staying in? Don't celebrate it. I
think there's on a different date. But it might be the same. I don't know.
Still, let us know.
I think a video did say that, but it might not. But if it is tonight, let us know. But we will see y'all on the next one.